Hello Shalom, welcome back to another fabulous episode of Nellyville Reviews, a Drag Race Season 18, Episode 6, Part 2 of the Rated Queen Talent Show. Let's get right into it. Before we go over an episode, first of all, let me just say, I love the talent shows. I like Rated Queen. I can appreciate it for what it is, but I need to just out the gate say we can't do Rated Queen no more. At least not this way. If we are going to allow the girls to rate each other and vote people off and do this stuff, we got to figure out how to do it another way, because it's a little too much rigor mortis going on. And it's not just fun, hee hee ha ha anymore. Now it's just messing up the game. You know what I'm saying? A little rigor mortis, a little shade, a little drama is all fun and good, but whatever. And also, if you want to catch us on audio only, you can catch us right here on this channel or anywhere you get your podcasts. Anyways, let's jump right into episode 6, shall we? So after the non-elimination, the girls coming in, they all cute. They're like, oh yeah, we did it, y'all. It's cute. Da, 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 da. Everybody's praising Juicy, Mia, da, 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 which a lot of people saying, a lot of people are saying, the judges kind of played in Juicy's face last week. And I kind of agree, because yeah, they both did good in that final lip sync, but let's keep it 100. Juicy killed in her talent. She killed on the runway, and she kind of outdid Mia in that lip sync. Like, they both did good, but really it should have just been a solo win. But nonetheless, they both won. It was a tie. It was cute. It was a kiki. The way Juicy and Mia are interacting with each other, and then you think about how Mia and Juicy have done this video together in the postseason. I'm so sorry, Mia seems like she's more of a mother to Juicy than Morphine or Athena. That's just my 2 cents. This also makes 2 wins for Juicy. Then here go Athena, talking about some and 10% off the top for me. Athena, look here. I know that's your grandbaby. You keep wanting to call her your daughter and all this other kind of stuff. I know that's your grandbaby. I understand. But, and we see it all throughout this episode. Athena, why do you feel like you need to keep taking credit for the whole house? Juicy is good on her own merit. And I will continue to remind you all, she didn't always want to help this girl, but now that she's winning and she's doing all these things, now Athena want to be like, well, of course, it's the house of love, Dion. Of course she's good. That's my baby. And then also, taking credit for Mia's wins. Like, yeah, y'all from the same house. Yeah, you're the mother of the house. But I don't like a person that just likes to take credit for someone else's win just off of affiliation. Y'all know what I mean? Jane is still stressed about family alliances, which that makes sense. Sierra is very feeling positive about, look, she's in the bottom, but she's like, you know what? I'm just going to make the best of it, and I'm going to lip sync my heart out against whoever I got to go up against at the end of the episode. But she is curious about, how the other girls feel. Who placed her where? She's curious. And we're going to find that out next week. Kenya is trying to pump herself up. And that's great. That's the attitude that you need. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just keep the momentum up. This is a tough competition. Whatever you got to do, keep that spirit up, honey. Bless your heart. It is the next day. The girls enter the workroom. I have to say, I really love Mikey's little Miley Cyrus space buns. That was really cute to me. And then the girls are still kicking about Squabble Up. Not Squabble Up the song. The girls are still kicking about Squabble with Briar misspeaking a couple weeks ago, which is funny. The whole world's talking about it. Rule rules. So Rule comes out. They had a little video message, and then Rule comes out. Love the suit, of course. And, Rue just goes over what we already know. This is part 2 of the talent show. Same rules apply. This week we're going to have Mikey, Athena, Kenya, Jane, and Discord showing their talents this week, and this week's bottom will lip sync against the bottom from last week, which was Sierra. Now it's time to get to the strategy. Like last week, the girls all over here, what you gonna do? I'm gonna do this. Well, what she said she gonna do. And it's this big old mess. It takes up a majority of the episode. I don't know that we needed to spend this much time on showing the girls plotting and scheming and twisting and dipping and doing it. But, I mean, I feel like maybe just make the talent show one episode, show a little bit of strategy, and then move on. I feel like also this kind of drug out a little bit long. I mean, it was fine, but, you know, it is what it is. Sierra immediately calls a meeting. Sierra immediately was called the girls that went last week, the group one girls over, which was Sierra, Juicy, Mia, Via, Darlene, Nene. And I'm like, here we go. So Vita asks if they're considering runways. Yes, girl. Yes, we're considering runways in the, like, why would we not be considering runways in the voting? Yes. Yes, of course. Sierra responds by saying, I think we have to consider it all, which of course Sierra's like, look, yes, I'm being taking this voting very seriously because this is going to determine who I got to go up against. Athena is a little anxious about this meeting. And she talks about it in the confessional, which I guess, you know, look, you see a group of girls huddled up in the corner and they're the girls that you voted on last week. Yeah, I'm going to be a little anxious, a little nervous. I'm going to be peeking, trying to see about what they're talking about. You know, hold a cup over to the wall. You know what I'm saying? Anywho, Juicy basically said she's keeping friends and family in mind, but let's see the talents first. I like that attitude. Like, of course, like, you know, you want to show favor to your friends and family, but a flop is a flop. And if my family don't deserve number one, you know, I might keep you out of the bottom spot. But hey, if somebody's a clear winner, I'm going to play fair. And so I think that's a fine approach to it all. Mia says she's ranking Athena high no matter what. And I hope she's telling the truth because, you know, Rue is going to reveal all of the voting records next week. Sierra is basing her bottom pick on who she thinks she can out-twirl. I mean, when you're in the bottom, yeah, you want to rank fair and stuff, but I understand her being strategic and being like, I'm putting somebody in the bottom that I think I can win against. So I understand that too. Vita asks if Sierra has someone in mind, and Sierra says Discord. And I guess going off of Discord's runway walk, I guess people just assume Discord can't turn a lip sync. What Sierra has failed to realize is that Vita and Discord are bosom buddies. We know this. They must not see this in the workroom. But, so, I'm like, well, of course, Vita probably going to end up going run tell that, give Discord a heads up. Jane is so stressed about the voting. She's stressing me out. She kept looking. She couldn't do anything without watching over her shoulder. Like somebody was about to come get her. Baby, just do what you do. Don't worry about what they strategizing against or whatever. Even if they put you, just worry about bringing it. She was so concerned with what they talking about, what they doing, what they saying, what they was going. She was, for real, she was stressing me out. Athena, please shut up talking about how earnest y'all were with the voting last week. And I'm glad I wasn't the only one that knows that, because Athena was like, you know, I don't know what all the plotting and scheming was about. We were so honest with our voting last week. I don't know if she was doing a bit or if she really actually believed that. But then and then the Discord was like, girl, really? What was it really? Were y'all really? Just for Athena to turn around and talk about how, oh, we had an alliance with the Dion family. I made sure my daughter and sister got into the thing. Baby, that's plotting and scheme. What are we talking about here? She realized, oh, what you did might not pay off in your favor. You know, taste of your own medicine, if you will. And then I even wrote here at this point, I was like, for real though, we need to do away with Raider Queen, or do it in a way that is more merit based. I don't mind the girls ranking each other, you know, in a very Survivor, Traders, other, you know, reality show type of way. I think it could be a nice element, but switch it up. Don't give these heifers hours to sit up here and plot and scheme and plan. I think this is how they need to do Raider Queen. Next season, rule, take notes. Y'all can have this for free. Y'all ain't got to pay me. I think... And do it in the middle of the season. You could do it in the beginning. The middle, it does have that extra element of juiciness because people have built alliances and friendships and stuff. But wherever you put it, beginning, middle, end, do the voting, but tell them right when it's time to do it. Give people their critiques. Have them stand up there. And actually don't even do critiques because I don't want nobody to come back and say, well, I voted based off of the judges. But you can if you want to. But either way, the actual voting, don't tell them that they're voting until they actually got to go walk in the booth and have a PA standing in between each of them so that on the way that they're walking to the little voting booth, they can't be like, girl, you got me. No, I don't want no whispering. I don't want no contact. I don't want no talking. Don't nobody get to say shit. No. Everybody vote privately. Nobody knows anything. And then reveal it right there on the show. Reveal right there at the moment. Bring them up one at a time. Skibbity bobbity boo. You voted for A, B, C. And make them read it. Just do it right then and there. Because what are we doing? Or have them write that shit down on the stage. Get down to about 7 queens, make them stand right there. They can pull up chairs and they stand in the heels and stuff. Let them sit right there, write it out. Okay, I'm gonna put them on. And they don't get to talk. And if you talk or say something, you're immediately eliminated. I don't know if it's got to be that deep, but this scheming here, it's not working out, and we'll see why in a second. So now it's time to get into drag. Jane, please. Stop asking people what they were talking about. She's getting on my nerves. She's going around asking me, well, what did they say? Why are you worried about it? Please put your makeup on. Go put your drag on and stop asking people what people are saying, what they doing. Stop worried about it. You're doing too much. Then here go Juicy with the run tell that to Jane and Discord. Juicy. Why are you advertising? Look, I know just because Jane asked who are they gunning for, what are they doing, you didn't need to tell. Could you maybe warn Discord? Sure, okay. But why? Damn, they can't hold water. Lord have mercy. Discord in the confessional says she's going to be playing drums, keyboard, and guitar. Well, that girl pull out all the stops, so we'll see if that works out for her. Kenya reminds Mia of their plan, because you know Kenya made sure Mia got in the top spot last week, and they're supposed to be voting for each other with the flip-flop. So it's only fair that Kenya expects the same. Athena talks about representing her Greek culture in her act today. I'm excited to see it. We love a little cultural representation. She's going to be doing a variety show of sorts, okay? And then I said that I think she's either going to be really great or she's going to be struggle bus. And we'll talk about what I think about that momentarily. I've heard great things about Athena, but, you know, anyone can have an off day. And then while Mikey was doing her makeup, she was stopped and was like, oh my God, do y'all think I look like Baroque? Y'all know the singer. And I was like, I didn't see it, but it was a funny bit, and then they started imitating Baroque. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Jane is doing a reference to Bette Midler, and I'm like, girl, you better get it right. You better get it right, because Bette Midler is mother, and I understand that you doing this because you want to appeal to the judges, because you know the judges panel loves the Bette, and you know. Bette's mother. So if you're gonna do it, do it right. Then here goes Sierra telling Nene that she's gunning for Discord. Once again, just because Nene asked didn't mean you didn't have to tell. Why y'all telling everybody everything? Y'all don't know how to just keep it. Y'all just go around just talking. Put some makeup on. Damn. Put some breasts on or something. Damn. And her and Nene think that Discord they think, oh, Discord probably has no idea. Little they know Juicy done already ran told that. And then Nene in the confessional talks about Discord's blind confidence, which I don't understand. I think that, especially in a competition setting, I think that is perfectly okay and healthy to have a blind confidence. Like, what is the alternative? Do we run around like Jane so caught up in what everybody thinks that you can't even focus? Like, I'd rather have a blind confidence and be able to bounce back, be delusional so I can keep going. Because otherwise it's very easy to get in your head. And I'm like, is it blind confidence if she's actually doing good? I don't know. I think that Discord has a healthy amount of confidence. And we see later that she takes feedback very well. She's not someone that can't accept constructive criticism. Now, if you have a blind confidence and then you can't be told nothing ever, then yeah, that can be your downfall. Pride will be your downfall. Nene and Discord also discussed the failed girl group alliance. So remember the girls that were left from that one girl group challenge had an alliance to vote for each other, and we see, well, that didn't really work out. Was it Nene and Sierra, Nene and Discord? Somebody was talking about, the failed girl group alliance. They had an alliance to, keep each other up, but obviously that didn't work because Sierra ended up in the bottom. Then Nene says she wants to rate fairly, but she's open to voting in Sierra's favor, if need be. Athena is so sure of this voting plan, and I feel like they're about to play in her face. Well, I was wrong. People's faces they get played in. Then I was like, I wrote here, I'm not the biggest Athena fan, but if she goes home, or anyone who does well goes home over the voting, I'm gonna have to make some calls to wow. Discord goes over to Vita and says she's nervous because she knows Sierra is coming for her. And Vita is like, let me hold your hand. Like, Vita's like, yeah, girl, I was going to talk to you about it. Which I don't think Vita was actually going to say anything. I think that when Discord opened it up, and I guess Vita was like, well, I can't pretend like I didn't know. But Vita was probably like, I don't know if I'm going to say something. I don't know if I should. Which I understand, because like, you don't want to be the girl that go around like can't hold water. Like, yeah, it's your homegirl, but at the end of the day, this is a competition. Only one person can win. So I understand, like, but I don't know if maybe they didn't have an opportunity to talk. I don't know. But it seemed like she was just like, yeah, girl, I was going to talk to you. Girl, win! Just for Vita to sit there and be like, yeah, girl, you my girl. I'm going to vote for you. And, it's going to be all right. Cut to. Mikey's feeling very confident about her Bride of Frankenstein number. I have some things to say about that number. So then Michelle stops by. Michelle oh my gosh. I don't know what Michelle's doing over here. What she got, but damn. Michelle looks good. Michelle always looks good, but she just keeps looking better and better and better. I appreciate that Michelle stopped by to visit the girls and give a little pep talk, but why are we doing it in the middle of the girls doing their makeup? They let her looking all crazy. And then it's like, when you're doing your makeup, certain products and stuff dry down kind of fast. Like, some things you got to manipulate right when you put it on. Don't mess up my makeup because I gotta come over and talk to you for 15-20 minutes. Now my stuff's all dried out. Now you done messed up my process. I was like, okay, this is weird. That's suspicious. But anyways, the week 1 girls come over first. Well, so Mia, Vita, Juicy, Darlene, Nene, and Sierra. Mia seems like she is getting emotional after her and Juicy received praise from Michelle, and the way Mia and Juicy are holding hands and compliment each other, and this emotional cry, and they was holding hands when they first came in. It's giving Ariana and Cynthia on the Wicked press tour. It really is. It's sweet, but it's it's Oscar worthy. I'll just say that. They talk about Sierra lip syncing this week, and Sierra, gives a kind of positive response. She's trying to stay positive, which is good. Michelle praises Nene, and then Nene in her confessional says she thinks she maybe should have gone in week 2. And probably, man, Nene's performance was really, really great. And judging off of these performances that we're going to talk about in a little bit, she probably could have won easily. You went with people who toured with around the world, professional dancers. You went with people who have been doing, professional gymnastics and dance. You went with some heavy hitter dance performers last week, and so either way, you went, you done, it was done, it's done, it's okay. But it was nice, I'm sure, to hear some props from Michelle. Michelle asks how they're going to vote, and she says enough with the kumbaya, and then so they kind of joke around about being shady with the voting. Then next up we have Mikey, Athena, Kenya, Discord, and Jane, the girls that are going to perform later tonight. Michelle points out Jane's the only one with a win in her group and asks if she feels pressure. And of course, we all know Jane feels pressure. I think she said, yeah, a little bit, but it's got to feel good to be in a group and you're the only one that has a win and none of these other girls have won anything. So you got to have some kind of confidence boost there. But it was funny that Michelle had to sit there and point that out. So how's it feel to be amongst losers? No, I'm just kidding. Everyone's a winner. Everyone's a winner. Then Michelle reminds the girls the importance of knowing your words. And then specifically calls out Kenya. Why would Michelle do that? And then cut to, they show some clips of last week where Kenya didn't really know her words. Which, look, lip syncing, as we all know, is a huge part of doing drag. You got to know your words. You got to lip sync. It's a big part of it. Saying elephant, 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 or mumbling words or whatever. Sure, it helps sometimes when you fumble a bag, you lose your spot. Yeah, you have these tricks, but those tricks are meant to be used far and few in between for a couple of words, for circumstances just kind of out of your control. Not for you to mumble through whole sections of songs when your whole thing, your main thing is for you to know your words. That is important. But for Michelle, I don't know why Michelle specifically had to call Kenya out in this moment in front of everyone, especially right before she's about to go on stage. Like, why would you say something that that girl's gonna spiral over? I didn't understand the point. Like, you could have just addressed the class like how she addressed everybody. You didn't need to call her out like that in front of everybody. I think Michelle, I don't know what you was thinking there. I don't know if you call yourself trying to give tough love, but it came off as like, why did you need to do that? Then they talk about Discord's walk, and I'm so glad that Discord casually threw Rue under the bus. But I also love her positive attitude about the whole thing. But I'm glad that she was able to wake that up. And Discord was like, before all the judges told me, that I need to work on my walk. The funny thing is, earlier that day, Rue was like, don't change a thing. So I'm glad that she pointed that out and said it. But, Discord can take criticism. I like Discord. Discord's drag may not be for everyone, but she's a team player. She's got good sportsmanship. She's got a good attitude, and she is receptive. She can laugh at herself. She can take the critique, and she's gonna work on it. But she still knows how to stay true to herself. So I'm down for Discord. And then they end with talking about how they feel about the voting. After Michelle leaves, Kenya, kind of has a moment. Kind of a little mini breakdown. Not a big one, but, a moment. And Sierra tries to comfort her. Because why would Michelle say that? Then Discord in the confessional is like, you know what? I think I'm going to try to get in Sierra's head to throw her off my scent. So Discord has this cute little idea that she's going to go over and casually tell Mia within earshot of Sierra that she loves Brittany and that's her go-to diva, and basically trying to make it seem like, oh, Sierra, you don't want to pick me. I've been practicing Britney moves. I'm a dancer. I'm a performer. You don't want to pick me. You couldn't win against me. So I thought that was funny and also clever. Now it's time for the runway. Bring it to the runway. The runway. Run, 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 runway. I love the all white on Rue. It was cute. Was it my most favorite outfit and look that Rue has had? No, but it was a nice look nonetheless. Michelle looked good. We also have Ross Matthews and Amy Taylor. Category is shake, shake, shake. Let's take a look at these looks. First up, we have Mikey, and let me tell you something. I didn't like it. The most thing that I did, and you know, whatever. You know, I really loved Mikey in the beginning. I was really rooting for her. I was really doing the thing, but I'm going to be so honest with you. There's starting to be a decline. This outfit, I don't like it. And my least favorite part is that hair. The idea of the hair, great. The execution was horrible. It was an afterthought. It was lazy. I do not like the colors. I'm done talking about it. I don't like it. Next up, we have Athena. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. This look from Athena, very beautiful. Great color on her. Very complimentary to her talent. The color scheme. Anyway, I like this. This is also a homage to her Greek heritage. I don't have any complaints about this look. Athena, well done. Next up, we have Kenya. And I'm like, how many times have we seen Kenya wear this wig? How many times has she worn? Because I know for a fact she wore it last week. But I feel like it's been more than two. Now, I understand you got to recycle wigs and stuff, but wearing the same wig 2 weeks in a row, I'm sorry, baby. What are we doing here? And but look, I do feel bad about Michelle making Kenya get into her head. So we're not going to harp on her too much. But as far as the look, I think this is a really great look for the club. You know, a nice little club stage look. I think that this is fine. For the main stage of RuPaul's Drag Race, I don't think this is elevated enough. I just don't. She didn't even have the butterflies in the back. So, now, and you gave me a repeat wig. So, I'm sorry. It just was not up to par for me. Next up, we have Jane. People lived for this. I didn't like it. I don't think this color looks good on her. I do not like the cutouts on the side. I do not like these materials together. I don't know what the hell is going on. The shoes are kind of cute, but I don't like this. Baby, argue with your mama. I didn't like it. Also, Jane, it was the way she walked. It was not a good walk. And I was like, why is she walking so fast? Baby, you walking too fast. I know you're trying to get faster, but you giving running away from taste. That's what you're doing. Next up, we have Discord. I liked it. I'm so sorry. I thought it was so camp. I think it is so Discord. A lot of people, I don't know. I've heard some people that they didn't care for it. I liked it. I thought it was so cool. It was a very unique POV. I liked it. I thought she sold it. I liked the color scheme. I liked it. I'm sorry. Maybe I'm on Lonely Island. And next up, we have Mia. Mia, you cannot wear these little pussycat wigs. if you are going to wear these little bitty finger wave wigs, you gonna have to do something about, you gotta figure out how to proportionize. But that wig on your man head, on the man's shoulders, is not doing you any favors. I'm so sorry, and I know women come in all shapes and sizes. I am also all shapes and sizes. I'm just saying that just take a picture of yourself and step back and really look and analyze the proportions. And then the back of this, the stuff that's like little hanging, is supposed to be like, you know, the little tape out that comes out of like cassettes and like videotape and stuff. Cool in theory, it does not read as that. It's reading the little cheap little streamer stuff that you get from Party City. And this is not, it's busy. She walked around like she was really serving it. And then these appliques look very familiar. Well, those left over from that other challenge, I don't know. This wasn't it for me. I'm so sorry. Next up, we have a Darlene. I thought this was funny. When she bent that corner, I started busting out laughing. And in a good way. I think this was very fun. It's got pretty different for Darlene. I didn't mind. I thought it was fun. I thought it was so silly. This was such a funny, outrageous look. My only thing was, in the back, I wish that it would have come down a little lower. The fringe part. You could see her little caboose. And I'm like, I don't know if it shifted and you weren't supposed to see her butt. But if that was planned, and she wanted her butt to, wanted to see, because I don't like a panty line. I don't like a panty line. If we could have put something funny there, like a funny word, or put something there so that it seemed intentional and not like, oh, it was just too short or it shifted forward. But other than that, I thought this was really fun. I do like these colors together. The makeup is very club kid, and I liked it. This was fun. Next up, we have Vita. Hell no. Okay, let me talk about something. People are up here like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. Her homage to Whitney. No, don't bring Whitney into this. I don't care if Whitney wore this beaded wig. We know Whitney wore that. This is not Whitney. So we're not going to bring, don't do that. We're not doing that. This shit is ugly. Well, because what are we talking about? First of all, this is a glorified band costume. Now, I know that band costumes can be sickening. They can be really nice. But you shrink down the shoulder pads just a little bit and take that damn wig off. Baby, you just got a band costume. You got a really, really nice high school band costume. Okay? Let's talk about it. She done put her dreads up in a ponytail and plopped this wig down on top of it. I don't know if she did that because she was trying to give that wig volume. Baby, I think you would have been better off lowering the shoulder pads just a little bit. Don't take them out because you do need that. That does help elevate and make it drag. I would have gave the shoulder pads a different shape. What kind of shape? It's up to you. I would have gave them a different shape. I would have kept them. And then I would have took that wig and put it directly on the head. Had it flat. This right here, this is ugly. This looks like the depiction of if the Simpsons drew a drag queen. This is the character that would be in the show. I'm just so sorry. This is ugly, and I won't be told otherwise. It gave me an attitude, as you can tell. We're gonna keep going. Next up, we have Nene. Baby, this was so fun. I liked it. I liked the way this moved. I love those colors. The makeup was beautiful. The way she rocked it and wore it, and the different flaps having the different colors as she moved. This was the look for me. I'm sorry. This was the one, girl. Go, Nene. Go, Nene. Go, Nene. Go. Then we have Juicy. Very solid look for Juicy. I said, this look is loud because this is like those little vinyl strips. I think it's kind of like blinds, like, them the old school blinds. I think it's kind of that material. When she was walking, that thing was so loud. It's probably heavy, but this is a really nice look. It's really cool. It does give kind of like a Cher. It seems like something Cher would have worn back in the day. It definitely gives that for me. would share like very Cher Bob Mackie type of teas, you know what I'm saying? I didn't really have any complaints. The mug is good, it's very juicy, she served it well, love the walk, love the shoe. Hey, no complaints. And last but not least, we have Sierra. Sierra, I don't know if this was your original look or if you altered it because you knew you had a lip sync this week and so you wanted to wear something that you could move in. I also don't know who told you that we wanted to see man legs and man butt. Some people can go around bare leg. People like Monet Exchange got the hips and legs, can do bare legs, and it give woman. You know what I'm saying? Some people can do that. You were not one of them people. I don't think this was a good color for you. I don't know if it's supposed to be like an homage to Taylor Swift or something. I don't know what this was supposed to do. But don't do it again. Now it is show time. It's time for the talent show, darling. So let's wake it up. First up, we have Mikey. Absolutely not. No. I love you, girl, but I did not like this number. And that's not to say it was bad. It was a little much for me. It was, now look, I love a scary movie. I could do gore, I could do horror, I could do that stuff. But this, this isn't the type of gruesome that I want to see on the stage of RuPaul's Drag Race. And even the judges were looking like, ooh, like, you know what I mean? Like, it was a good number, but not for the time and place, girl. Time and place. If this is the kind of stuff that you want to do, baby, go do that over on over on Dragula. Go over there and do that. Does that still come on? I don't know. I never watched it, but go over there and do that. I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready for that. The girl, I didn't like it. Next up, we had Athena. This was a very solid number. Athena, look, I like the homage to her culture and everything. Was it the most spectacular thing I ever seen? No. If I paid money to go see the show, would I be happy with it? Yes. It was good in the regard of it was polished. You could tell it was rehearsed. It was very intentional. It was very deliberate. It was a very professional gig. The lyrics were a little lackluster. It was very the saying, hello, Rue, give me the crown. It was very that, which you know how I feel about that. We're over that. But overall, it was a very nicely packaged number. And then also, I didn't realize until, I don't think I've ever realized how big the stage was. I do like that Athena utilized the whole stage where like her screens went all the way up. So I like that she utilized it. I was like, wow, why are all the girls really, you know, some of the girls use the stage in a way that it makes it look smarter. And depending on what your challenge is, you do got to kind of bring the stage in a little bit to make sure that you're centered. But no, Athena she used all of her options, and that I can't commend her for. And then it was funny at the end of Athena's number, Jane yells out, why did you need the bread? Because she had like a basket of bread on the table that just was never acknowledged. It was just part of the shot, but it was funny. Next up, we had Kenya. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. As rehearsed as Athena's was, Kenya's was not anywhere near as rehearsed that it needed to be. And in her confessional, she was like, oh, I ate that down. Y'all can't tell me. Now I'm thinking, if you think that, I hope she watched this back and was like, oh, I did not eat. And then to top it all off, she performed the original song. To top it all off, she did not know her words. What the This woman sat up here and called you out personally about not knowing your words to lip syncs. And you came out and performed your own song that you wrote and did not know the words. If Michelle came in and called me out personally about something, I'm gonna make damn sure she cannot call me out on it. At least tonight. And then, cut to Royal Michelle, they was like, after she was done, they were like, I don't think she knew the words. She didn't really know her words. And then some of the parts that she was lip syncing, she wasn't even lip syncing the lead. She was lip syncing the background vocals. How you lip syncing your song? How you lip syncing a song and not lip syncing the lead? And then you brought out this flag, and I was like, okay, maybe she gonna do a little flag twirl's gonna save it. I know Latrice Royale is somewhere rolling around, sliding down the wall. Because why are you playing in her profession? If you weren't going to twirl that flag and really make it do what it do, baby, you should have left that flag backstage. You should have left that flag at home. Wherever you got it from, it needed to stay there. That was a mess. It just was not. I'm so sorry. Sorry to that woman. And then, and then Kenya had a nerve to sit up here and be like, you know, drag is so hard. Like, you have to do this and this and this and still remember the words. And yeah, girl, that's why you on Drag Race. This is the best of the best. What is you talking about? Yeah, drag is hard. Why are you saying that like we don't know this? What do you mean? I'm like, okay. Anywho, then Jane went, baby, I know. Look, I'll be the first to say, look, I know I've had a whole lot to say about Jane this episode in the last few weeks. I know. But I will always give credit where credit is due. And let me tell you something. Jane earned every right to walk around like her shit don't stink. Because she did that. It was funny. It was clever. It was captivating. It was charming. It was so funny. That girl can perform. I was like, this Seattle jumped out. That's what I want to see. Now, I'm need for your attitude to match the way you perform. But I wrote down, I have to admit, she ate down, and she did. Jane, I'm not even mad at you, girl. That was it. No notes. No notes. And then last but not least, we had Discord. Now, look. Love Discord. I love the look. I loved her little red spikes. I thought that was really cute. And I know that she recorded the song. She wrote the song. I assume she played all her instruments in the recording. But remember early when she said she was going to play drums, guitar, keyboard, and whatever, to play all the instruments and stuff? I thought maybe, she's actually going to play. But she pretended to play. And not even like, well, not even like, if you have instruments on stage and you're going to claim that you're playing them, I'm going to need for you to actually play them. And it has nothing to do with the logistics or recording stuff, because we've had people play instruments in real time on the show before. People have done it. So for me, you just going from instrument to instrument and sitting down, it just was kind of missing something to me. Was it the worst performance of the night? No. But I would have been more impressed if she was actually playing the instruments. But that's just me. So the girls go backstage and they do their rating, which, you know, they don't get any critiques from the judges, but the judges do share their opinions amongst each other. And I already knew. I was like, this is going to be shady. I was like, if Jane doesn't end up in the top, then dang, that is really jacked up. The judges gave their opinions to each other, like I said, but not to the girls. And then Michelle, and then when they were talking about the outfits and stuff, Michelle was like, "Oh, I love Jane's look." And suddenly Michelle loves green. We all know Michelle is notorious. She is known for it. It's a staple in Drag Race history that Michelle does not like the color green, and is always really cruel and harsh on the critiques when the girls wear the green. Now all of a sudden. And I think this is what, the second time this season that she didn't see something whatever. Michelle, baby, I don't know what's going on with you. Who are you? What's going on? Blink twice. Is it really you? Then the judges say who their top two are and who their bottom two are. Michelle says her top two are Jane and Mikey. Her bottom are Kenya and Athena. Ross says his top two are Jane and Athena. His bottom, Kenya and Discord. Amy says her top two are Jane and Mikey. Her bottom, Kenya and Athena. And then they cut to, they show the girls doing the ranking and the votings, you know, in their little private sections. And Vita really played in Discord's face by placing her in fourth. Didn't Vita say, "Girl, I got you," da, 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 da? And she messed around and put that girl in fourth? Almost last place. Remember, it was only 5 girls. And Mia put Discord in fifth. But I'm not sure about their alliance. I can't remember. But I don't know. I think maybe Mia might have told Discord she's got her, but you put that girl last, so. The top two end up being Jane and Athena, which we all know, rigor mortis. There we go, that family alliance. So, because Athena should not have been in the top. So the lip sync for the win gets, and then whoever wins gets $5,000. And then Athena's still talking about not being picked for the girl group, and it's like, yeah, now I gotta show these girls why they should have picked me. Baby, let it go. The girl group challenge is long gone. Let it go. It's over with. Said and done. Wrap it up. It's okay. The song is Jerkin' by Emil and the Sniffers. Athena ate that little piece. I'm not gonna lie. Jane did well too. They both did well. But Athena did win the lip sync. Even though Athena should not have been in the top. But she did win the lip sync. Therefore, she won the challenge. She's kind of gaggy. But I didn't like Jane's runway. I did like Athena's runway. So, and she won lip sync. So, I guess I'm okay with it. Which, that means the whole damn House of Dion done won. Because it was a tie with Juicy and Mia last week. They're the House of Dion. And then, okay. Jane is gagged. Rightfully so. She should have won this challenge. But she was lightly edged out in that lip sync by Athena. So Kenya ends up being safe, which is jacked up. Kenya should have been the one to go home. I'm gonna be so honest with you. Maybe I don't say that unless she killed the lip sync, but she definitely should have been in the bottom. And Discord is safe, which, you know, I'm okay with. I really liked her runway, and the song was hers, and she did actually, you know, record it and do the music and do the, you know, there was a lot of talent displayed there, but going around and not actually playing the instruments was, you know, but whatever. So that leaves Mikey in the bottom to lip sync up against Sierra, who was in the bottom from last week. And the song they got was Toxic by Britney Spears. And I immediately thought, baby, don't play with Britney. Don't play. Y'all better do this woman proud. Do not play games. Now is not the time, Mary. Mikey was a little better, but neither one did the song justice. It was a waste of a lip sync song. I'm gonna be so honest with y'all. Mikey ends up being safe, and she accidentally gave an exit line, or it was weird, but whatever. And then Sierra goes home. I mean, she didn't win the lip sync, but I mean, Mikey wasn't really that much better. But you know, here we are. Love you so much, Sierra. Love to see you in an All Stars, absolutely. Let's go on and talk about Untucked, shall we? Out the gate, Juicy and Discord talk about Kenya not knowing the words as they were leaving the stage. And I'm like, yeah, it was very obvious. Like, damn. And of course, you know, people are going to be looking at, you know, your words. Michelle just But damn, we couldn't even get backstage. They out juicy Discord. We're like, man, yeah, she ain't know her words. She ain't know her words. So all the girls are backstage. Jane asks Mia to walk her through this look. And Mia says, sure, ask me before we rank. Like, Jane, don't sit over here and see, shut up. Maybe if you wouldn't have said that sly comment, well, she still ended up at the top. But maybe if you wouldn't make comments like that, you wouldn't be worried so much about the girls not liking you. Like, damn, be quiet sometimes. But that was a funny little moment. And then I wrote, I love this Discord spiked red wig. I really like that. It was so cute. I think Mikey threw shade at Sierra. I can't remember exactly what it was, but I think there was a little moment where she kind of, and I'm like, Mikey, don't get on my nerves. Don't turn into that girl. And then I said, Mikey really thinks she ate. She's starting to seem off-putting. I don't know. Something is shifting. Last week when she was really trying to tell her, this is how we should I don't know. She's kind of filling her oats a little too much for me or something. I don't know if the competition's getting to her, but like I said, she's starting to get off-putting to me. And then Mia was complimenting Athena, but I was like, why does she sound fake? Why? It didn't sound genuine. Did anybody else pick that up? Was that just me? I feel like the compliment wasn't complimenting. You know what I'm saying? We find out Athena used to be a professional traveling Greek dancer. Okay. Good for you, girl. That's cute. Glad to know. I'll write that down. I'll make a mental note. They talk about Kenya being in her feelings earlier. You know, that little moment that she had. And then Discord has a tattoo inspired by the guest judge. So that's cool. That would have been nice to see Discord have to lip sync. Not that I want her to be in the bottom. We knew she was probably going to be in the top. But well, I judging off of the thing, but in a world where she would have had a lip sync either for the win or for her life, it would have been cool to see that angle of lip syncing in front of one of your idols, you know. And something about Mia is also getting on my nerves. She's starting to come off a little smug. That win, I think, is going to her head. Anyways, that's all I have to say about this week's episode. You know, after all of this, and I kind of thought about this after the episode was done. I think this episode, I think that this season has the most girls that I have said that they are getting on my nerves. I feel like I keep saying she's getting on my nerves. Like, and I'm trying to think, who are my faves? Like, who's really, because at first I love Briar. She ended up turning out to be nuttier than a squirrel turd. Then, you know, Jane, I thought, oh, okay, she might be, but she's rude and nasty. I don't like her attitude. I like Mikey because the whole SpongeBob thing and the stuff. Now she's starting to seem like her head's getting too big for her britches. I like Mandy, but she's gone. Poor thing. Didi Fuego, I think I would have liked her, but she's gone. So I'm trying to think, I'm like, who's left that I'm like, ooh, I guess Darlene is going to be my girl. I don't know that Darlene's going to win. Kenya, she needs a little, there's delusional and then there's delusional. And I'm like, I don't know. I mean, who do I think is going to win? I don't know. It's probably going to come down to Jane. I could probably maybe see Mikey. And then the fourth, and then probably Juicy. Those are probably going to be the three that are up there. I could see Athena somehow, some way sneaking into there, but I don't see it for her. I see Athena coming back and winning the All-Stars. I do see a win in her future. I do see a crown in her future, but no. Mia, I think it's gonna, I don't know. It depends on what the next couple of challenges are. We're gonna see. Discord, we gonna have to see. We're gonna have to see. But anyways, that's all that I have for you guys today. Let me know what you think about all that drama, darling. And I will see you, or hear you, talk to you, whatever, in the next episode. Okay, bye!